Greetings, my name is Vladimir Medzihorsky and I am a PhD student at the Faculty of Forestry and Wood Sciences at Czech University of Life Sciences, currently working under the project IyrCIS 4.0. The goal of this project is to mitigate future forestry issues in the face of the global change, with specific focus of our subgroup on invasive species. Today, I will present a part of my dissertation thesis entitled Black Locust Invasions Facilitate Invasions by its Insect Herbivores. During this presentation, I will first provide a brief introduction to the black locust tree, followed by a discussion of its herbivore community and the drivers of black locust specialist richness in North America. Then I will present some preliminary results of our fieldwork efforts before wrapping up with a summary of my findings. The black locust tree is a member of the Fabaceae family. It is native to a small portion of eastern United States, specifically the Appalachian Mountains and Ozark Plateau. As shown on the map to the left, its native range, the green area, is limited to these parts. However, it has now spread all around the world. The red dots on the map show the GBV records of this tree, and in many countries it is considered an invasive species. It was first introduced to Europe in the 17th century as an ornamental tree, and by the end of the 19th century it had been introduced to the rest of the world. Despite of its invasive status, the black locust is popular among the beekeepers and has a potential as a bioenergy source. In China, it is even being used for afforestation attempts due to its ability to grow on poor soil and thrive in disturbed areas such as mines, roads, and railways. As the first step in my research, I compiled information on insect herbivore community of the black locust from scientific literature and online databases. We recorded 454 species that feed on black locust, with the largest portions being in the Arctic regions, which includes the native area. The second largest herbivore community was recorded in European Palearctic region, which also has the longest history with this tree. Among these species, 23 are considered monophagous, or as we call them for our purposes, black locust specialists, 7 of which have successfully established outside of the Arctic region. One of these species, the seed predatory wasp, Bruchophagus robinie, was only recorded in Central Asia, where it was first described, though because of its host specificity, the Nearctic origin is assumed. The species that has established in the most region is the Goldfinch Obolodiplosis robinie, which we can see in the picture on the right. The top picture shows gulls of this species, and the bottom one shows the adult fly itself. After identifying black locust specialists, I compiled occurrence records from a variety of sources, including literature and online databases such as GBIF, iNaturalist, and Butterflies and Moths of North America. Our goal was to determine which socio-economic and environmental factors were the best predictors of specialist richness, specifically the number of recorded species in each 50 by 50 kilometer grid cell. Our analysis revealed that the richness of black locust specialists could be explained by several factors, including the length of the roads, which provide a favorable habitat for this tree. Other important predictors were black locust density and distance from its native range. The map illustrates the distribution of specialist richness in North America. Additionally, I included images of 2 representative species, the cerambycid beetle Megasilene robinie, which is the largest one, and the smallest, the aphid Appendiceta robinie. To conduct the field portion of our research, we collected leaf samples and scanned them using the method depicted in the picture on the right. Next, we visually assess the type and extent of damage on each leaf, categorizing the damage into four main groups: free feeders, which cause damage by biting the leaf, skeletonizers, which feed on the surface of the leaf, gall makers, and leaf miners, which feed inside the leaf. Within the category of leaf miners, we distinguish between larvae of leaf beetle Odontota dorsalis and other types, primarily represented by various species of gracilarid moths. Then we look into how damage compares among studied regions and how it is influenced by distance from native range. Our research involved collecting samples from 6 countries across the globe as illustrated on the map, including the Czech Republic, Japan, South Africa, New Zealand, Canada, and most significantly the USA, encompassing both native and non-native ranges. Comparing the proportions of damage by different groups, it was observed that the gall midge was present in every studied country except South Africa, but contributed only a small portion to the total damage. However, in New Zealand, where it was first recorded most recently in 2009, it had a really strong presence. In the native range, the highest portion of damage was observed by skeletonizers, mainly represented by adults of Odontota dorsalis in blue and its larvae in purple. However, outside of the native range, it had notably smaller influence. Lastly, the research investigated how distance from the native range influences foliage damage. Again, the green area in the map displays the native range. A similar trend was observed, especially with the damage caused by Odontota dorsalis. This is interesting situation as Odontota dorsalis is known for causing severe damage but has never been able to expand its range much further. This coincides with recent works on invasive beetles where the chrysomelid beetles, where this beetle belongs to, are underrepresented in this group. In South Africa, black locust is posing a threat to grass habitats, and given that not many herbivores are feeding on this tree, as we could see on the previous slide, there is an interest in using this species as a biocontrol agent. To summarize, 454 species feed on the black locust, with 23 of them being considered black locust specialists, and 7 of these expanded their range beyond North America. In North America, the specialist richness can be explained by combinations of factors like transportation corridors, density of black locust, and distance from the native range, concluding that the presence of the host tree facilitates spread of its insect herbivores. While obolodiplosis is the most successful invader, causing relatively low damage in the native range, Odontota dorsalis causes the greatest amount of damage but has not expanded its range much further. In the end, I would like to thank all of my coworkers, especially Michaela Skrivanova, for evaluating all of the 7,800 scanned leaves, and Dr. Liebhold for coordinating this research, and all the people that helped with the sample collection. Thank you for your attention.